Sure, everyone remembers Close Encounters or Logan's Run, but the 70s also gave us a wave of made-for-TV sci-fi movies. Some weird, some wonderful, most forgotten. Here are 5 that you might have seen once, and then never again. After the mysterious death of his father, college dropout Magnus returns to Bermuda in search of answers. There he reunites with old family friends, studying giant sea creatures, and encounters Jenny, his childhood companion, now a hauntingly beautiful woman. Locals warn she's tied to an old legend, a soul bound to the devil, forever young beneath the Bermuda Triangle. As the team captures a massive sea turtle, fantasy and folklore collide in a story that blends mystery, romance, and supernatural danger. The film's eerie tone and melancholy score turn it into a haunting tale of love, loss, and the unknown. When astronomers discover a comet on course to hit Phoenix, astrophysicist Jason Voigt urges officials to warn the public. But the governor, fearing panic, downplays the threat. A TV producer uncovers the truth and forces him to go public, triggering a rushed evacuation. Efforts to stop the comet fail, and disaster looms. A Fire in the Sky was a 1978 TV movie that anticipated big-screen disaster films like Meteor. Unlike many of its kind, it focused less on spectacle and more on realism, showing how civil defense, media, and politics might react to a real threat. While the comet impact is underwhelming visually, the build-up, character drama, and believable tension make this a thoughtful entry in the disaster movie wave of the late 70s. An android named Quester, designed by a brilliant scientist, unexpectedly activates after others fail to bring him to life. He gives himself human features, escapes the lab, and begins a search for his creator. Joined by the scientist's former assistant, Quester travels to London and slowly learns about the human world. Language, emotion, even friendship. The film explored early ideas of artificial intelligence as a protector of humanity, long before such characters became common in science fiction. The Quester tapes was originally intended as a pilot for a TV series. However, the show was never made. Gene Roddenberry, best known as the creator and producer of Star Trek, left the project after the network demanded major changes, including the removal of Quester's human companion and the addition of romantic storylines. In 2133, after a nuclear war, Dylan Hunt, a man from the 20th century revived from cryosleep, leads a mission to find a missing surgeon who can save a wounded teammate. The search takes them to a land ruled by women, where men are kept as slaves. Posing as a slave, Hunt discovers the men are drugged to stay obedient. To escape, he must stop the drug and lead a revolt. Planet Earth was intended as a follow-up to Genesis 2 and part of a larger series about a post-apocalyptic future where science and reason rebuild civilization, a concept also developed by Gene Roddenberry. The film explored familiar themes of social structure, gender roles, and utopian ideals. But the series never came to life. Roddenberry later distanced himself from the story, claiming the women-in-charge plotline was forced on him by the network. An 11-year-old boy with a dream of going to space sneaks into the Kennedy Space Center and manages to stow away aboard an Apollo mission to the moon. Disguised as a worker, he hides in the command module just before launch. Once discovered in orbit, the crew and mission control must decide what to do: scrub the mission or continue with an unexpected passenger on board. Based on the 1973 novel by William R. Shelton, Stowaway to the Moon aired on CBS in January 1975 and left a mark on many young space enthusiasts. At a time when space helmets, shuttle models, and NASA clippings filled bedrooms, the film captured the dream of spaceflight in a way that felt real and reachable.